and all of the events have exceeded our expectations. And all the events have got bigger and bigger. Not just fight night, that's not what Riyadh season is about, but fight week. More excitement, more events, more engagement, and most importantly, more eyeballs on the sport that we love, boxing. What Riyadh season has done for fight is rebuild and remind people as to how good and dangerous they can be. Denny Dubois entered Riyadh season off the back of a defeat to Alexander Usyk. 2 fights and 2 wins later against Jerome Miller and Filip Hrgović. He's now rebuilt, he's one of the best fighters in the world, and he's the current IBF heavyweight champion. With you, Daniel, again, you are the current IBF heavyweight champion. You can see that the camera is here. This is a fight of extreme magnitude, right? They're saying this is the biggest British fight card we've ever seen. You headline it. How are you feeling? How's preparation going?
Everything's gone well. Training camp's gone brilliant. I'm ready to fight. Let's go.
That you are, I know. You wanted this fight against AJ for a while, not just after the Hrgović fight, before that. You've called him the king. You said you're the king slayer. Why have you wanted this fight against Anthony Joshua so badly?
Well, it's a resurrection story of my career. You know, I'm just on a roll right now, so I just want the biggest challenges and make a name for myself and create history.
You've had some ups and downs, like every fighter, every top fighter.
It's a great show, and I just can't wait to go.
Yeah, but let's move on. I'm going to come back to you, Danny, though you're going to answer a few more questions, hopefully. AJ. Here we go again, right? You've been there, you've done it, you've seen it all, you've been in big events since you turned pro. What's it like to be at another big event, Riyadh season at Wembley, home of what I think was your biggest success against Vladimir Klitschko?
What a blessing. Thanks for everyone coming today, but it's a blessing to be back again, to be able to perform, prove to myself, prove to my team that I've listened to the instructions in training camp, and we're ready to rock and roll. And I'm in some pre-condition, both physically and also mentally. So yeah, it's good to be back. And I've been watching some of the fights as well. Just adding something to the fire, ready to rumble. Reminding myself what I can do and what I'm capable of.
We all know exactly what you can do. Daniel Dubois is a name that maybe many thought wouldn't have been your opponent a few months ago. What type of challenge do you expect Daniel Dubois to bring to you on Saturday night?
We'll find out. We've only got a couple of hours left, so everyone that's going to be there will enjoy it, but we'll find out. I can't say. I'm not Daniel. All I can do is focus on myself.
Indeed. Again, we will go back to the fight, but I did want to speak to you first and foremost. Eddie, let's speak to your charge before we go from Frank. And I was like, look, these Riyadh season events in Riyadh are fantastic. The one in LA was fantastic as well, but we need to get an event in London. We need to get an event in the National Stadium. We're only a couple of days away. What does it mean to have such a big event at Wembley?
Oh yeah, well, good evening everyone, and firstly thank you of course to the Crown Prince and His Excellency Cacace for the vision really. I think everybody felt that Riyadh season would be in Riyadh, and it's been just under a year now since we began boxing in Riyadh season, and the change that we've seen in the sport already has been quite phenomenal. But we didn't expect to see events in Los Angeles, to see events in London. And this one's very special. You know, it's the record. It's 96,000. Where I think at a time when British boxing needs a shot in the arm that's been provided time and time again by this man to my right. You know, I know he's not a fan of plaudits, but you have to give him to him because we're all very proud of the way he's carried himself since the Olympic gold medal to changing the sport in this country. Every fighter in the country today has benefited off the rise, performances, and most importantly, the behaviour of Anthony Joshua. He's been a role model, he's inspired boxing from the top to the bottom level of the grassroots of the game, and personally on Saturday I can't wait. You know, I think His Excellency is going to look around and see one of the great draws closer. People start to realise what a great fight this is. 2 dangerous British heavyweights fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we look back at the nights of Klitschko and the shot in the arm that's been provided time and time again by this man to my right. You know, I know he's not a fan of plaudits, but you have to give him to him because we're all very proud of the way he's carried himself since the Olympic gold medal to changing the sport in this country. Every fighter in the country today has benefited off the rise, the performances, and most importantly, the behaviour of Anthony Joshua. He's been a role model, He's inspired boxing from the top to the bottom level, the grassroots of the game. And personally on Saturday, I can't wait. You know, I think His Excellency is going to look around and see one of the great and Queensbury team, Spencer Brown, Gold Star, of course the matchroom team, 258. It's been a brilliant collaboration with Riyadh Season, who will break records on Saturday night and give us one of the great sporting moments. Proud of Anthony Joshua, a full believer in exactly where he's at. Never seen him so calm, never seen him so calculated, never seen him so confident. I believe with all my heart, 3-time world heavyweight champion on Saturday, and do not miss it. It's going to be a very special night.
Thank you very much.
Last few press conferences we've had, they've also been in iconic venues, but this is going to be something special. 2 massive big punchers, 2 really good boxers, both of them on a roll, both of them winning fighters. They both had their ups and downs, not just Daniel, both of them had their ups and downs. And so we are definitely going to see something special. And for me, there's nothing better than 2 Brits in the ring, in a competitive fight, in a big fight, to get atmospheres of people, sold out. It is going to be something special. And Daniel, I do believe, is going to show what he's all about. I believed in him from day one. He's come through everything. Trials and tribulations, injuries, lots of different things happening behind the scenes. And he's now sitting here with his belt. And he's not letting go. He's here to keep that belt, to confirm that he is the IBF champion against a very, very good fighter in Asia, who's been brilliant for British boxing, British sport. A man whose record's been impeccable as an amateur. You know, robbed as an amateur world champion, won the gold medal, 2-time world champion. And we've got an AJ, he can jab, same as AJ, and he's got mobility. He's fast, and he's a good finisher. So one thing's for sure, do not blink in this fight. Do not blink, because from the first bell to the last, it's going to be something extra special.
Now a champion, right? I mean, it's the dream from a kid to where you are now. You've got a new IBF belt in front of you. How's the confidence levels gone up since you've become champion?
The world title, I need to retain it and then hold on to it. So, yes, it's a great thing to have. But, I need to legitimize myself by winning this fight. So, I'm ready to go to war, ready for a fight.
Do you expect to knock out Anthony Joshua?
By any means necessary. Knock out, whatever way it goes.
A lot of people have said they can knock you out. Warrington Denny mentioned it before when we did the face-off. Other fighters have said it as well. But when you hear those words, it's almost just a case of, okay, you have to do what you need to do as well to get the victory?
Definitely. Show Daniel and his whole team the respect they deserve to a training camp. And that's going to put me in good stead on Saturday. So yeah, I'm tough. So is he. As Frank said, we've got all similarities, so made the best man win really. And good luck to him, good luck to his team. Thank you to my team for their efforts as well. Yeah, British boxing. One thing when I first started boxing, I said I want to bring the heavyweight division back alive in the UK, and I think we've done that. So well done to everybody here as well.
The face-off, I had to move back, and everyone accused me of ducking away from it. I wasn't. But you accused them of being disrespectful then.
Yeah.
What happened for those that maybe didn't get that clear? Why was he disrespectful?
It wasn't disrespectful, it was just a phrase I used. But he said, "Let's go now." I clicked for a minute. I said, "What does he mean by that?" And he repeated it again. And I just feel like anyone in here,
boxing, this is what happens. This is boxing. These things happen. So, we're fighting Saturday.
So as I was saying, at the press conference, I just feel like I should never let anyone take an inch, because I'll end up taking a mile. You know what I mean, Dan?
Anthony Joshua. Has that switch turned? We spoke yesterday, we were all smiling, we spoke the day before, it was all smiles as well. It's a very different Daniel Dubois.
No, I've been preparing for this for months, weeks, and it's spoken about from the start of my career, so as a pro. So, here we are now. I'm ready for it. I feel good. I'm ready.
Okay, both of you for doing this, but I do need to clear it up because a lot of people want to know about it as well. This spar that happened several years ago. Now, you, Frank, said in a recent documentary. You heard about the spar and you signed him basically because of that spar as well. Can we clear that up now? Obviously, we know you guys are going to fight for the real thing on Saturday, but can we clear up the sparring story, the sparring rules? AJ?
You cracked me with a great shot, and it's my chance to get it back on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it.
There you go.
We sparred hundreds around, didn't it?
You cracked him then, so you know you can hurt.
It's sparring, now we're fighting, it's different, you know?
It gets different.
Ready to go. You can move on now. Move on now.
Oh. Okay.
Nothing. I'm ready to go and I'm ready to fight.
As expected. Anthony Joshua, how do you win on Saturday?
How do I win on Saturday? It can happen in a variety of ways, various ways, but I'm not dependent on punch power. You know, it takes a lot more than that to be a great fighter. A lot more than that to be a great fighter. So there's various ways I win. I've got the fighting spirit, and that's how I'll go in there and break him down with my spirit.
Does that matter to you at this stage of your career, or is it big fights?
Nah, I'll tell you, the accolades and stuff come later, because I always say it's crazy. Go back to your house on Sunday morning, have the same breakfast, put your clothes in the same laundry basket, nothing really changes. Go to the same local gym. So for me, it's just, I just want to compete. I'm glad I've got some of the best challenges in front of me to compete with during my career. Brings the best out of me, so yeah, that's what it is really. I'm a competitive person, I've got a competition that I need to attend to on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it.
Daniel, final one, don't get upset with me, I'm going to ask you one more. You're walking out in front of 96,000, you are a heavyweight world champion. A lot of people think you've got a good chance here. What's that feeling going to be like when you take that ring?
Like I've taken it many times before, just this time it's on the biggest stage, so you know the energy is going to be high.
Your best performance, an iconic performance. You take that same walk again. What's that feeling going to be like for you?
The feeling?
The feeling.
Sorry?
The feeling. What's that feeling? Like for you?
Be the same for all of us, you know. Honestly, all of us. Many are greats that walked it before. All of the undercard are going to walk it. I'm going to walk it. I'm going to feel just like any of them. But when I step into that ring, that's when I switch on. I'm ready. So the ring walk, I'm not really interested in. That's just getting to the location to do my job. But once I'm in the ring, I'll be ready, 110%.
And final one to the promoters, Eddie and Frankie.
Going back to the Matt Leg fight, you know, even the Vladimir Klitschko fight, it was just a young man starting out with a huge heart and brute force. Now, I believe he's the best heavyweight in the world with every fundamental you need. And he's developed into a great fighter. Shout out Ben Davis and Barry, the team, done an amazing job. And this is what it's all about. This is what high-level sport is all about. You know, when he boxed Vladimir Klitschko at Wembley, people still say to me that was the greatest sporting event I've ever witnessed. I've been to Ryder Cups, Centre Court or Wimbledon. Nothing touched it. This is the beauty of big-time boxing you will see unfold at the National Stadium on Saturday night. It's going to be an amazing night. History shall be made for this man.
And Frank, final one to you. You guys.
Something that's going to be extra special, not just in boxing, in sport. And I believe that Daniel Dubois will cement his legacy in boxing.
We'll find out on Saturday. Is it going to be and still, or is it going to be and the new? Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua, IBF heavyweight champion. Both fighters are going to pose for photos.
Guys, you're going to have to go down lower, right? You're going to have to go down lower.
At the legendary Warrington Stadium, 96,000 fans in sold out, an all-time record for the sport of boxing.